Gerald. This is
Leo.
And together we have 30 years.
Probably more than that.
in this dog game.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about the most important aspects, the proper feeding. And we're going to tell you what we give our dogs. This is for information only. So you do as you please, but we've had plenty of success with these concoctions that we've made, natural concoctions, giving our dog, whether it's supplements or food. And today we're going to talk about raw versus kibble on how we do our dogs. And we're also going to talk about the other aspects of the supplements, the omega-3s, the joint, the supplements, everything.
The things I always trying to tell people, you invest in your dogs, don't just get, a lot of people like to feed them kibble. It's like, oh, we're going to just add a couple of scoops of kibble, I understand they don't have money, but let me tell you something. If you feed your dog with just the kibble, your dog will look like kibble. It's going to walk like kibble. It's going to do everything that kibble does. It's going to be dry. It's going to be dry. You know what I mean?
Skin's going to be dry.
That's right. So or you can feed them raw. You know what I mean? Now, if you feed them raw, then you're good to go. But if you don't feed them raw, if you have a kibble, add something to it, guys. You know what I mean? Then you would have to go with supplements, because kibble is just filler. That's
mostly filler.
No, that's what it is. It's pretty much the trash, the last of the last of it. What they use.
You don't put regular unleaded gas in a BMW.
Absolutely.
So you're not gonna put POS food in your dog's body, and you're responsible for this breathing creature.
It's a lifetime
lifetime commitment. Yeah.
Like you said last time.
For us, me and Leo been doing this for so long. We've kind of made our mistakes, but we've also learned from them, and that's the key part. With me and Leo can bounce on top of that. I try to feed my young dogs, my dogs that are still developing, the dogs from puppyhood up until almost 2 years of age, because European Dobermans, sometimes they grow slow. They don't grow like in 1 year they at peak. No, they're still growing beyond that point. If not, they're going to expand. Development is very important. Nutrition is very important. What I've decided to do many years ago is to feed my dogs raw. Well, people trip about raw. What if I get E. coli? Well, you know what? I ain't never heard of a dog getting E. coli.
But the dogs are wolves, dude. That's what I'm trying to tell. They eat meat, and they drink water from the river. Dude, they're meant for that.
Right. And let the secret be known, if it is a secret. Dogs are carnivores. We as humans have made them plant-based, all this and that crap. You know what? That may be because your dog may have an allergic issue to the kibble you're giving them. But I'm going to tell you right now, when I feed my dogs raw, I see the drastic improvements on giving them a well-balanced diet, which includes all raw products. We got demonstration of what I do now with my dogs, especially puppies, because think about this. You only get a chance at it once. The puppies don't grow twice. And if you don't get it right this time, you're going to have developmental issues
that's right.
in the long run, right?
It's going to slow down the development of the dog.
Correct.
You will never get the full 100% if you don't do the best you can with the food. The same with the humans, Gerald. They ain't no different. You know what I mean? That's what you put in your body. That's how you're going to look like. They're no different than us. They're living beings. Invest in yourself. You want to look buff, eat good and stuff. If you don't, you want to look, you want to look dry and high, eat kibble.
I haven't seen any human that develops his body, whether he's a child or adult, on dehydrated food.
This dog's, you will have them for 10 years. Might as well take care of it, man. If you can't take care of it, don't buy it.
The reason why we love animals subconsciously and consciously is, you think about this. Animals, dogs in particular, do one thing that humans cannot do. Whether you have a girlfriend, a wife and a girlfriend, a lover, whatever the case you may be, whatever situation you may be in, they stay consistent.
Unconditional love.
Unconditional love. Not conditional love, not based on conditions. You can be gone for 2 hours, 2 days, 2 years. That dog is going to still act the same way as if you just left the house. The stuff that I've been using for my dogs, even adulthood, I use omega-3s.
Absolutely.
So tell me about that.
Well, you see, the thing is, we first you go with the need of the dog, what you need. So we know that Dobies tend to have issues with the heart and joints, right? Here's right here. You got an omega-3. I mean, this thing it's pretty actually cheap. You can find it anywhere. You know, it's omega-3. It's pretty much fish oil. That's a very good stuff for the heart. Give this at least once a day. 1 pill a day in the morning. Do that. I mean, it has, how many? 200 pills in there. I mean, that's 200 days you can go through with one dog I'm talking about. Now, if you have more dogs, of course, but pill every day. Then you got, so this is for the heart right here. Then we go hips and joints. Like
that's even for older and younger dogs.
Oh, yeah. And then you see, it does have a cap right on top. Measuring cap. So fill this up. I would say, 1 cup every morning. Now, if your dog does have issues, like if you can see that it does have problems with the hips, and if you see that it does have problems with the hips and joints, then you want to do 2 cups. 1 in the morning, 1 in the nighttime. This one's good for the puppies.
Do you recommend mixing it with some water, like a gallon of water?
You can. Now, a lot of people will get the pills for them. I will always recommend the liquid. Liquid is the life. It acts right away, Gerald. So, if the pills will take like 2-3 weeks to fix, like you know how puppies get like their legs sometimes if they don't have exposure in the sun.
It's called over knuckling.
Well, it's a duck legs they call them. Yeah. Sometimes they get a duck legs. You know what I mean? And people they don't have exposure on the sun. So how you fix that? You fix it with this. Now it's gonna take a minute. But if you see a dog have issues with the legs, with the joints and stuff like that, you do want to give them 2 cups.
That's even worked when I bought it. When you told me to get it,
dude.
Cisco had webbed feet.
I told you.
And I usually like dogs with kitten paws, real tight.
Right.
But when I got it for the breeder, of course, I didn't pay attention to the paws. So he had webbed feet, and I said, wait a minute, webbed feet? And she said, yeah, probably because he's been in a crate for 2 days. I said, dogs don't really get webbed feet for being in a crate for 2 days.
Well, not for 2 days. You can keep them for like a month and stuff. You know what I mean?
So I bought that, and now he has those tight kitten paws, like you want to prefer.
It's a miracle, dude. This one, hips and joints. Everybody should have this in the house.
What about the other stuff?
Now, as far as if you feed your dog just with kibble, now you do have kibble is pretty bad. It will mess up the gut of the dog, So if they do need a probiotics, you might want to get a probiotics. I use this ones. You can find them. I'm not sure if you guys work in California. We have them all over the place, but
that's on Amazon too.
Yeah, you can get them on Amazon.
Amazon Prime.
Sure. Yeah, that's right.
That's my best friend.
Or if you can't get this, guys, like let's say it's too expensive, get pumpkin mix. Pumpkin mix is a natural.
You talking about the canned pumpkin?
Yeah, the canned pumpkin.
Oh yeah,
dude, that thing. It will fix the gut. They use
even
it for
if they
goats.
got bad diarrhea.
Yeah, well, you know what they feed goats, bro? They feed them with they just throw big pumpkins because it's full with probiotics.
Yeah,
it fixes their gut.
In regards to calcium supplement, what are you suggesting? Because with people. Okay, let the truth be told. Doberman's ears don't stand up naturally. They got to get cropped, and then you got to keep taping.
Yeah. So
what do you recommend on hardening up the cartilage?
Dude, they sell supplement for that. It's a calcium. They have a paste. It looks like a syringe, and there's a paste in there. A lot of breeders like to use it for like a pregnant females, because when they deliver a puppy, they lose a lot of calcium. So what you do, you replace it with the paste. Now that's pretty strong. Now you can give them Tums. You know the Tums.
But Leo gets a lot of his secrets now from the original.
Yeah, I'm just
in Europe. This ain't from the America.
From the Balkan.
From the Balkan area.
But no, you got the a lot of breeders will know this. They know the calcium. It's a syringe. You can get it on Amazon. It's a miracle thing. Or if you can't do that, I'm just trying to tell you guys, you can supplement this with a pumpkin mix. You can supplement calcium with a yogurt. Do a scoop of yogurt. You know what I mean? Try to find fat-free yogurt or Greek yogurt that it's a lot of calcium in there. You don't want to do it too much, overdo it. 1 scoop will do it. The less the better. You know that what people say? Just you got to do it consistently. You got to do it every day. And then you will see improvement, a lot of improvement. Also the sun, like you got that vitamin D. Vitamin D is what fixes the bone structure. Now you have look, if you can't get all these supplements, I know it's quite a bit supplements, vitamin D. Don't get all confused. Look, vitamin C and D, they can get it from the sun and all that. But what I'm trying to say, this one right here, it's your main thing you want to do. Fish oil for the heart and hips and joints for your joints, for your dog. It's a miracle thing, but you do it consistently. Now this one, if you feed them only with kibble, do a probiotic, guys. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna ruin the dog. Kibble will ruin the dog 100%. For the people with the kibble, I want to call them kibble people, like not
Kibble,
kibble guys. You know, get a fresh pet. You know those they look like cubes, like a calabasas, whatever. But they're beef. They sell them everywhere. They sell them in Target. They sell them in Petco, PetSmart, all over the place in the cooler section. You know, they're about this big. They're really good. Mix the kibble, slice a couple of slices, mix the kibble with that, make it look a little bit better than, you know, and that will add a lot of different nutritions. Now also, what you want to do, if your dog doesn't like let's say won't like the flavor, use sardines, guys. Sardines or tuna. You do that stuff, man. Tuna and sardines is that's a miracle too as well.
When it comes to feeding, we're going to demonstrate what I do with my dogs in regards to getting them acclimated and loving raw, but also loving kibble only when I'm away out of town for a week. I train my dogs to eat both kibble food and raw, because I may be gone to Serbia or Russia or Balkan for a week.
That's right.
And the boarding facility is not going to be prepping my food and rubbing it in a big a hamburger patty bowl and making sure you eat. No, they're going to do all that. They're going to throw 2 cups of kibble, call it a day. You want your dog to be able to adjust to any environment that he's in, or adjust to the food that he has to eat. So I'm going to demonstrate what I use. And also I want to say this. I use a company called Texas Tripe. The information be in the link in my bio. And Texas Tripe is not only affordable, but they have these different types of tripe blend beefs that has cow hooves for calcium. It has the tripe intestines of the cow. They use all beef products, no pork products. And they also have, of course, the protein. It's all grinded up for consumption for animals only. Humans can't eat this, okay? So I'm going to show you what I do to mix it in and give them the kibble, including the tripe. But the most important old school raw dog food that I give my dogs is chicken. And you know why? Because chicken has the 3 ingredients that a dog must have. It's got the bone for the calcium.
Right.
They got the skin for the fat. And most important, they got the meat for the protein.
And if you do give them, let's say you figure it's like some people don't cook the chicken. It's
don't ever cook it raw.
Bones, they have to be raw. When you give them the bones, any kind of bones, do not make sure they're not cooked, because they can get, you know.
And you know, we're gonna get some backlash on this. I don't care. You know, you feed your dog your pedigree kibble food if you want to, with grains and all that crap.
We just give
corn. Give them what you want, right? You know, but I'm telling you right now, first of all, these dogs are carnivores. We've trained them to be other than carnivores, okay? And so to take their natural instinct away and take what their body uses the most will be a disservice to any dog, especially a working dog that needs the energy to rebuild muscles from all that running and jumping and biting. And when I feed my dogs chicken, I try to feed them frozen chicken, because number one, because I'm in protection sport, so it goes both hands. Frozen raw chicken not only flosses the teeth, right, but it helps with the jaw muscles doing bite work.
Yeah.
You ever notice when you're chewing gum for a whole hour, 2 hours, how your jaw start looking all swollen and shit?
Well, Joe Rogan is selling that thing.
Yeah.
You know,
they want you to form your jaw. Yeah.
Now, so I should add one. So if you can do the same thing with the beef, like Gerald said, you freezes the chicken. You can get the beef ribs, and they're like $8, $10.
Oh my God, they love those.
They love those. You cut those things up, freeze them up, put them in a freezer, Ziploc bags. That should be the only treat you should feed your dog.
They're gonna work all night.
All night, dude. They go for it, dude, and you just don't hear nothing. No.
All night they chew on that raw rib, the frozen raw ribs.
Well, and the frozen is the thing, because for some. That's how they clean. Dogs clean their teeth with the bones, just so you guys know. And if you don't give them bones, then you got to use a paper clip to clean their teeth. And I would say at least 2 or 3 times a week. If you don't do that, the teeth will create a fungus around the yellow, and that's how you ruin the teeth. Now you got to keep it healthy right here. See what I mean? If you don't give no bones, but if you do give bones, let's say you want to give them treats, stop all the treats. Treats are bad for the dogs. I'm telling you, for the gut, for everything. The only treat they should get those treats that I sell in Petco, you don't. Those on X, don't do that. That's delete. Like, get it out of your head. You know, those are really bad. They're like a plastic, and then all they do is they chew it and they poop it all out.
I do for treats now for training purposes. I do treats like
those
the hydrated livers.
You kind of have to.
The freeze dried livers.
Oh yeah.
Freeze dried livers I get from Costco or Amazon Prime. Because those are real animal products that's been dehydrated.
But you know,
freeze dried.
Yeah, those you have to use them for training.
Yes.
Those
that's their reward.
Yeah. But people like to buy those big old bones and stuff. You know those plastic
bones are already cooked.
No, dude, it's
whack.
terrible. Whack.
As I told you, I get my stuff. Now this is a 2.5 pound tube, but they make them in 5 pound. TexasStripe.com. You can go online and order it. Ask for Roger. No, correction. Roger's the owner. Ask for Jesse, and they're gonna make it happen for you. You tell them what you want. They ship anywhere in the U.S. So what I do is, because literally he can eat the whole thing, but I want to save it for the next day and the next day and the next day, right? So I take this right here, I cut it open with my specialty box cutter, and all that blood just gushes out. See that? Like a Jim Dandy sausage. But it ain't sausage, and this ain't for consumption, for humans again.
It's a beef product, right?
Yes. So I do this, right? Now that's in there. And I take the kibble. Usually I'm doing more than that, but this is for show purposes. And because I don't want the dog, see the dog will figure, if I just leave it like that, leave it alone just like that, the dog will go around here and eat just
the meat.
That's right. But in this case, we're gonna make it difficult for him. Right? We mix it all in. And I usually give my boy 2 cups of kibble, which is equivalent to that plastic cup. And I mix it in. Now I usually give him more than this. For the educational purposes, I'm making a smaller quantity. So now it's all mixed in. He can't go around and just pick and choose, right? So I give this to the puppy. Let's go to the puppy. So I'm gonna give the puppy, who's about 10 and a half months old, of course I count the weeks, 10 and a half months, how he eats this right here up, this beef blend tripe with kibble. Let's see what Casanova does, come on. They get excited already. Come on in. Good boy.
That's the lousy puppy right there. Yeah, they got appetite.
Now he's eating this like it's his last supper because they love this stuff, right? So this will be gone in about 20 more seconds.
About a minute and a half.
And tripe is one of the best source of protein. It has the right amount of fat, right amount of calcium, and just has everything. And I give them this brand, and Leo will tell you why it's important to pick the right kibble.
We got brown and black Dobies. I mean, you do have different ones, but now we're going to talk about brown and black. Beef, you want to have a meat in there. Now, as far as your brown Dobies, you can switch, like this one is a beef. Brown Dobies have to have like fish. Try to get a salmon or something because
Kirkland has a good brand.
Yeah, they do tend to have issues with their coat. You know, a lot of them, a lot of brown. Not all the brown Dobies, but most of them they do have issues. So you do want to add a fish kibble, and still you can also add a sardine or tuna. You know, it's very important, guys. Very important for the skin. You know. Costco is a good place to get. You could, I mean, you can buy it from the pet store. Pet store sells
Taste of the Wild.
Taste of the Wild.
Taste of the Wild, dog.
Taste of the Wild, dude. It's a salmon. You know, that thing is a miracle right there. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's good. You know.
But the first ingredient is the most important ingredient, and if it's a legitimate dog food for dogs, kibble, the first ingredient should be a meat product. In this case, the first ingredient.
It's the beef.
It says beef.
Beef, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So they try to add, it's not going to be a raw diet, but they try to add some beef to it. You know what I mean? So you do want to see meat on there, for sure.
I give both of my puppy and my grown dog, like I say, chicken, thighs. I love thighs. I'm a legs guy too. I'm talking about chicken. But my boys, if I'm not doing any of those type of other raw feedings, the puppy gets 2 of these every morning and 2 of these at night. I feed my puppies twice a day. I feed the grown dogs, depending on if they're breeding or if they're active, I feed them once a day because they won't be as active and out there in the field as much working if I got them in their kennels the whole time. And I don't want them to gain too much weight and have hip issues, etc. But my boy Casanova, the older one, the grown dog, would get 2 of these or 3 of these in the evening, and my puppy would get 4 of these total, 2 in the morning and 2 at night. Let's feed them. Come on. See how he's acting for it already? Go here. So he don't want nobody to take his food from him. Let's come right here and watch him. Now he just ate that in about 22 seconds, 32 seconds, like Chuck earlier, 2 and 2. Dogs will make sure that they're going to make sure that whatever they devour can go down properly. These are not anacondas. These ain't Komodo dragons where they swallow it whole. They want to make sure that the bones are demolished enough where it can digest down the esophagus properly. I feed them separately because I don't want them competing among the food and fighting. So you always feed the males separately. I know I do. And he eats these like a champ. And I can go through 30, 40 pieces in 2 weeks easy.
Yeah, you don't want to feed the males together.
No, you would never.
You don't.
Yeah. They will fight. They'll get back to the natural instinct. You know, it's fast as feast or famine.
We keep on telling these people, these dogs are, moved to domesticate,
So he's crunching up all the bones. In case you guys are wondering, why is he doing that? He makes sure all the bones are broken down good, are shredded. So when it's time to swallow that shit whole, it's a wrap.
We're just trying to help you guys out. We're not trying to fight with it. Sometimes we do fight though. You know what I mean? It's a necessary. You know what's his name? I like Chappelle. Chappelle said, sometimes you got to be the lion so you can be the limb you really are.
That's
Remember
right.
that?
That's
remember
right.
that saying? But everything else is for educational purposes, and most of it is for people that don't know. Because we do get a lot of text messages and calls. And what do I do? How do I feed them? What do I? And this is it right here. It's very simple. Feed them raw. If you can't afford a raw, get just a kibble. If you get just a kibble, then use the supplements. Use the tube I was telling you guys that you can buy it everywhere. Mix it with sardines and those type of things. And now also I want to tell you guys, we're working on some really good product. Very, very good supplement that has actually worked. All organic, all natural, that actually will support heart, coat, and fertility. when I say fertility, it's the sperm. This
We
is
need
for all.
that.
This is for all the breeders
Especially
out there.
me.
All the breeders out there. You guys gonna need that. You guys, we do have a couple of products. One of them is Oxystud. That thing don't work, guys. You know what I mean? It does work a little bit, not much. This stuff that we're making, it's gonna blow your mind. You know what I mean? We coming. The Nazi line or no line. I want you to know that. Get that in your head. I'm gonna beat it in people's head. The Nazi line or no line. All World Doberman Club, guys. We are here to educate you and help you guys out with these dogs. You know.
And again, people, listen. This is for educational purposes only. But it's been proven that it works for our dogs. Will it work for your dog? Maybe, maybe not. But consistency is the key. Yeah. Again, we would like to thank you for coming out. This is episode 4. Tune in until next time. Tune in. But before you do, click the like button and press subscribe and get that notification. So when we do post something, you're the first one to know.
We're going to Long Beach, baby, next time.
Long Beach next week at the beach, the dog beach. Right. Our next series, we're going to be filming outside amongst the other animals. And stay tuned. You'll see what it's about.
Beautiful.
All right.
Day. Thank you, guys.
Forever.